Hello, hi, hola, annyeonghaseyo, konnichiwa, and oh, I wish I knew Russian how to say this because it's probably more appropriate. This is Josh Lamb with Inkology, and tonight I'm coming to you with part two of inking the Slavic lore mythology dragon Zmei. Um, anyways, sorry about last night. The thing just didn't work out. My batteries died. Oh, doubling up on this. Let me get in focus and ooh. Here we go. Here we go. Let me turn this light down a little bit. It's kind of bright, hot spotting it. There we go. Now, if you're new to the channel, this channel, Inkology, is about drawing mythology, lore, religion, and fantasy, and trying to give. My gosh, why is there a commercial every half second? Okay, that's not good for my stuff. I hope this is a copyright free. It says it is. Anyways, yeah, I do inking, I do penciling, I do digital art, I do oil, I do murals, I do NFTs and 3D art. I don't do NFTs anymore, but I do 3D art. I do it all, but I stick to Inkology is because it's ink is what I love and care about. And I just got done penciling in this beautiful Zmei dragon from, Slavic lore. And we're just going to go in and have some fun and start inking. I just vacuumed this place, and of course, all the dust is blowing everywhere. So if I have to sneeze every once in a while, just realize I'm a human too, and allergies are a thing of the human process, which I'm going to put you on mute for half a second so I can blow my nose. And we're back. See how fast that was? Whew. I'm on my 17th bottle of wine tonight, and we're doing good. 17 is a good number, you know? And who says you can't do 17 bottles? Hey, what's up, Frosty? What up, man? How's your week going? I mean, I think we talked yesterday, but got any plans for the weekend? It's Friday. Oh, yeah, that's good. Just for my listeners, using the Micron 01 tonight. If I have to do any shading or any hyper detail, which I will, I'm using the Copic Multiliner 0.03. And this is much smaller. Oh, do I have an 05? Ooh, I do have an 05. These guys will give me my life. School stuff? Like, what kinds of school stuff are you drawing, eh? A? Anything super fun? Oh, my nose. I'm actually going to start this drawing down below here with all these little characters because I'd rather get this details in with the characters so that way when I'm drawing the dragon, I kind of know where everything's at, you know. So, little tip, start with the finer details and let the broader details fill in later when you're in the inking process. You don't have to. Honestly, to tell you the truth, a lot of people do it the other way around, but I just do it this way because it's more fun. And forgive me if the camera shakes. It's like literally touching my skull right now. So I will likely hit it and it'll shake every once in a while, but that's because, shaking's fun. It's not working? Darn. Okay, I'll send you a link tonight. And I'll put it on this this ordeal, this comment section of this one. Man, Discord is just so finicky to me. So sorry. Definitely want you there. I enjoy having people submit their drawings and we talk about it and everybody gets to kind of encourage each other. It's really good. Fantastic stuff. Discord's pretty fantastic. A little hard for me. I still don't know. I still don't understand Discord really, but I'm getting there. So you're drawing 80s cartoon stuff. Ooh, what kind of 80s cartoon stuff were you drawing? Because I was drawing some 80s cartoon stuff too today. I was doing the Thundercats coloring. Maybe I'll show it to you if I get time later. But yeah, I do love some 80s cartoon stuff. What kind of cartoons were you drawing? I want to know. I love the 80s. My favorite decade. Because it's the weirdest decade, you know? You got Bowie. You have Cher really throwing it down. I mean, even Michael Jackson was really kicking it in the 80s more than the 70s and stuff. So you had all kinds of like just amazing artists really throwing down their best work in the 80s. You know, I think even AC/DC start. When was it? I think they were started in the 80s. Maybe they were 90s, but I feel like the 80s just had a better vibe. Eagles, the Beatles were thriving. You know, I mean they're more of like I think 70s and stuff, but 80s is when it really was like because you had video and radio really kicking off everybody's careers. Ooh, a rat with a turban. Lizard guy carrying a head shape of fate. Dude, this sounds amazing. It sounds super imaginative. The tank costume girl sounds cool. I want to see that. That sounds freaking sick. And a rat with a turban? Dude, who doesn't love a rat with a turban? I want to see this stuff. Had someone asked me today if I was doing a comic book, and I realized I hadn't done a live stream on my comic book in quite some time. Man, I can't do this live stream. Too many commercials. This one has commercials too? Oh my gosh. But I need to get back on the comic book of Ehud. I think I'm ready to actually start putting out more content for it. So maybe that's what I'll do. I'm gonna do this one, this drawing here, finish it up. Which will probably take me like another week. I don't have the space on the page. Oh. Well, make space. I don't know how, but try. A gentleman asked me who watches the channel, they asked me to do the Mad Arab from shoot, what is it from? It's oh man. It's a show I just started watching too, but anyways, I love turbans. I love the look of like Middle Eastern characters. I'm excited to draw a turban and some of these kind of features because I think they're pretty dope. When I was in Egypt traveling, I wore a turban the whole time and I loved it. It was so cool. It felt comfortable and it kept my hair out of my face. I had long hair and stuff. And it was just like, you could take the turban off and make it into like protects you from the wind, and like you can do so much with it. It's like the most utilizing piece of equipment you will have on your head. Hats fly off, but turbans do not. I've been watching House of the Dragon, and trying to get motivation for drawing this thing. And it's fun. Very, very fun. But he wants to do the Mad Arab. And the Mad Arab has this turban look and this kind of a mage wizard look. So I'm really excited to develop my own version of what an Arab magician looks like. Oh, it's going to be sick. I have so many cool ideas. I never even, I want to make him dark. I want to make him with a beard, with all these trinkets inside of the beard. I want his turban to have so many different varieties of texture to it. And then him being like a craftsman of wizardry / like potions and stuff is going to be fun to play with. So I don't know. I'm stoked to play with that idea. I like getting recommendations from people. So when people recommend stuff and I have the time, definitely do it. But it will probably be my last, what's it called? Suggestion that I'll take and commission kind of thing, because I really want to get back onto the comic book of Ehud, because I think Ehud's story's got a lot of that in it already. And I've been really battling, to tell you the truth. This is probably going to be the most honest about this. No, this has freaking ads as well. Ugh. What was I listening to yesterday that didn't have ads? That was this one. Are we going back to not Aragon? Here it is. Medieval Tavern. Three hours of medieval tavern music. Caught a cold. Oh, the Byzantine era? Oh my gosh, I love the Byzantine era. I've been studying a lot of the 1st century and 2nd century Middle East, back when the Jewish wars and the fall of the first temple and the second temple and all this stuff, and learning about Rome and some of the cultures back then with Babylon and all these kind of things that were happening. And you know what? There is so much great history. It baffles me. Like, truly, sorry about that. Baffles me. Oh, God. I'm allergic to something. How much is not taught in school that I think is like way cooler than, a lot of this American culture that we have that's very modern. I mean, it's cool too, but tell you the truth, it's not as cool as like the Byzantine era. Oh my gosh. Like, that is like the amount of like. So I contacted a museum to get some information, and they never responded back. Which I'm kind of mad. They responded firstly back, but then the curator, I guess, is too busy, couldn't get back to me about the costumes and stuff in the 1100 BCE period, which has a lot of really, really good wars and really good like issues in it. And I'm trying to find armor, but I just find the fact that they were building stuff out of iron and bronze that was intricate and beautiful, and they kept their culture within the armor and stuff. And then utilitarianist mentality came in with like this more modern age, right? With England taking over and stuff. But back in the day, even up to the Knights Templar and stuff like that, they just had such a well design of like keeping symbols and logos and your name represented in your metal. Harsha, welcome. Happy Friday evening. TF, yo, yo, yo. How's your day been going? Yeah, you're right, Frozzy. There's been a lot of good stuff. Just phenomenal stuff. Arabs and Asian culture alone is like unique. Right? Like the armor and the designs and the weapons that they used back in those days. Oh my gosh. Truly love it. Groove, indeed groove. We're just designing some of these small characters. I hope it's in focus. Is my camera in focus? Okay. Cool beans. I'm just drawing some of these dudes. Kind of interacting with the dragons before I get to the dragons because the dragons are going to be hard. Yeah, well, yeah, you did miss the ink spill. Spilt all the ink everywhere. How'd you know about that? What are you talking about? How'd you know I spilled ink? I spilled ink everywhere. What do you call a female dragon? I don't know. What do you call a female dragon? I never even think of a drag queen. Oh, that's great. That's fantastic. That's a good answer. Is that right? Brilliant. I would never have guessed that. Genius. A drag queen. That's good. I filmed this documentary on one of my buddies who does not drag but kind of dresses up and stuff and does these musical events, and it's quite amazing the transformations people go through, or like, you know, people who dress up and do all that. Like, I'm so fascinated with it because it's brilliant. It's like you're able to costume up into something very extravagant and wild and then become this other person for just a few hours, and people, you know, they need this release from life and they just enjoy it, which I'm you know, I give him mad props because I don't have the balls to do something like that. But very cool stuff. Fortunately, I never got to finish the doc because financially unable to spend my time editing that footage. It's a lot of footage. Just don't ask what a snapping toadstool is called. Am I gonna have to Google this? Because it's gonna bother me if I don't know what it is. Toadstool. I don't know. I know you want to say it, so just say it. Just say it, dude. Just let it go. Tell me what it is. Don't keep us in waiting. How dare you? Pokey Pokey Kinoko. I don't get it. Sorry, I don't understand. Am I supposed to know what that is? Poki Poki Kanoko? Am I saying it wrong and I'm just not getting it? I'm probably getting it wrong. Oh, that's the actual name. Okay. That's a wild name. Okay, there's no way I would have known that. That's cool though. It's kind of like the Hawaiian fish. The kameyame. No, oh, the puka uka nuka. Shoot. I don't even remember it anymore. Huka nuka puka. Son of a gun. Kuma kuma pula pula. Kuma kuma puka pula hula. Son of a gun. I really don't know it. I used to know it. It used to be my favorite little fish. Oh well. That's what happens when you have a little bit too much of the French wine. Pokey, pokey, pokey. It's a fun name to say. I see why you wanted to say it. Let's get some blood spewing out. We'll have his neck here. Yeah, he's crushed. He's done for. Got this guy here being crushed too. Should be fun. So you guys have any plans for the weekend? Anybody other than, I think Frazi, I don't even think you told me what you were going to do this weekend. I know you've been working on these 80s cartoon stuff, which is dope. But you guys have anything planned? It's first weekend of, not the first weekend. Is it the first weekend? Maybe it is the first weekend of April. I don't know. Actually, is it? It's gotta be. It's the 5th. Oh, good news is I got laid off today. I got fired. Yeah, that's cool. So this morning I woke up. I mean, I kind of knew it was coming because my job only scheduled me 1 day out of 3 weeks this month. And then they docked me 9 points from my schedule. I mean, not because we got absorbed by this other company. I plan on planning out this weekend. That's good. Gundam movie on cinema. What? That sounds fun, man. Yeah, that is good news. It's good news because, I mean, it's not good news, but it's like, it's not bad news. I've learned to take news like this pretty simply. They saw this channel as why. That's probably what it is. They found this channel. They're like, what's going on? No, like, so we got absorbed by this other company and they laid off a lot of people right away, but I stayed. But then the other day, like not the other day, like a month ago, I got docked 3 points for each day I clocked in early, but I only clocked in 10 minutes early to my shift because literally for the last 2 years before we got absorbed, we were required. I mean, we were asked to clock in early so that way they can schedule it for our delivery shifts and stuff like that. And so, what is that? Oh, that looks good. Thank you, man. Ooh, look at this. Steamy bun to cheer me up. Yeah, baby. And so they docked me 3 points, which like I think 9 points is termination period, but they docked me 3 points for each day, which was 3 days I only worked the month before. And I was like, hey guys, I know you guys just absorbed us, and I know you're now the leaders of our business, new company, but you need a little bit of free time, like leeway for employees to get used to your new rules, right? Like, you can't just like dock this off of me. So I complained to HR, and then I looked at my schedule and they didn't schedule me anything this month. So I was like, okay, well, it's coming. I feel it already. Like, I even told my boss, I was like, hey, my old boss, I was like, hey, you're going to, it feels strange. I know I've worked enough jobs to know that this is kind of like a sign of like you trying to weed me out to want to quit on my own. But since there's the union took over, you can't really like, I can't be fired. Like, I can't be like, let go. I can't really be let go that way. So you either have to fire me and terminate me, or like I have to quit on my own. But I'm not going to quit on my own. So I felt that they were just going to terminate me. So I started looking for another job. And luckily, last week I got an interview with a waiting server job, waiting tables at like an Alamo Draft House, but for Cinemark. So it's really nice. And they just messaged me today saying that they're going to go through with my, job. So that's good. So I guess, it kind of flipped perfectly. But still, I think it's a little petty of my present job that I worked for 2 years diligently working. I've never missed a shift. I've always been on time, and I've been one of the best employees because every customer likes me. But, this new company doesn't know that, and they don't care. And so in which I felt it coming. I felt the vibes of like, oh, they're gonna let me go. I know how companies work. So I told my boss, I was like, hey, if they're gonna let me go, like, let me get my 2 weeks, put it in, and let it be all settled. Let it be done. It's fine. If you just don't need me anymore, it's okay. If other employees need their hours and you find me less desirable, like, I'm cool with that. That's fine. Just let me know, because I'm cool with that. Like, I really am. I really don't care about. I really don't care about that stuff. Really, it doesn't bother me. Sorry, the music was so loud. Let me turn it down a little bit. I just like people to be honest. Honestly, the spilled ink was an omen. That's for sure. You're right. You're 100% freaking right. But I just want people to be honest. Like, tell me, like, hey, Josh, you're just kind of expendable right now. We need these other people who have seniority and stuff to kind of take over, and we're not getting that many orders in. So like, like, tell me these things. Don't be petty and like dock me 3 points for each day I clocked in only 10 minutes early. And the weird thing is that when you clock in 10 minutes early, the shift is like let's say it's from like 5 till 10:30. I'll work from 5, do all my deliveries, and I'll get back at early because I'll drive fast and make sure my customers are satisfied at 8. I'll get back at 8. But I'm supposed to be till 10:30. But they're like, okay, clock out at 8, go home. I'm like, dude, I just lost 2.5 hours because you guys didn't give me enough deliveries to fill out the whole thing. So I lose 2 hours, but I only clock in 10 minutes early, and I get docked for it, like penalized for it. So I'm like, you guys kind of suck. So, I'm supposed to sign the papers today. I just haven't done it because I'm kind of lazy, and I wanted to make sure everything was going through. But I'm gonna file for unemployment too, get some extra cash out of that crap. Ooh, yeah. Oh. Red bean bundle. Ooh, hot. Oh, hot. Oh, hot. Oh, hot. Yeah. But California is weird because, like, in Texas, you can't really pull that out. People get too pissed off and be like, dude, you need to treat me right. I feel like. But here in California, they have an at-will termination where they just terminate you and they're like, well, it's okay. We're allowed to. I'm like, I don't care if you're allowed to. It's just not humane, dude. Like, I'm a dude too. I've got bills to pay just like you. What if I did that to you? You wouldn't be happy about it. But whatever, you know. What the hell was that? The music just go wacky on me? Oh, I touched it. Anywho, yeah, so I got laid off today, this morning by a phone call. He said, oh, we're doing some downsizing and stuff like that, so we're just going to have to let you go, Josh. You were chosen to be let go. And I'm like, okay. Like, cool. And then you know what the problem was? What pisses me off is they shut me out of, like, my app program that they give you to, like, clock in and stuff. But that has, like, it has my W-2s and stuff, all my information legally. And then I got clocked out of Slack. And, like, how am I supposed to say goodbye to my other friends at the? I've been working for 2 years. You don't think I want to say goodbye to my friends that I've worked with for 2 years? Like, and they won't even let me do that. Now I have to actually go physically there and say goodbye. But they're petty little pieces of dookie. They're like, oh, let's not let him say goodbye. Let's not let him have a chance. Let's not even let him download his W-2s for tax season. So I had to message them for my taxes, and they haven't even respond. Little petty little pieces. Luckily, I took a screenshot of it, and I actually, have it somewhat, but it's still stupid. They're just young hipster goofballs that think that they know what the hell they're doing. They don't know anything that they're doing. They're just trying to act all professional, but they don't know what professional means. Like, they've never really worked a corporate world and understood what business is. They're just... Whatever. You're probably right. They saw this channel, they're like, why is this channel here? What has Josh been doing in the backdrop of our business? But because I was laid off, I actually get to file for unemployment, so that's not bad. That's cool. Yeah. So, that's how my day's been going. How's your day going? Yeah, let's hope the three-headed dragon bites off all their freaking vehicles, tires, and a bunch of jerks. But whatever, it's life. I learned to not care about these things so much anyways. I just wish people weren't so petty. Like, if I was in a business, and let's say I was going to terminate somebody, let's say John Doe here, who was a difficult employee, but I had to let him go because, it wasn't bringing in the money. Like, I don't have the money, and plus he's kind of been flaky or whatever. I don't know, whatever the reasons may be. I'd be like, hey, John, dude, you got 2 weeks, dude. I'm going to give you 2 weeks that way you can make some paycheck. I'll put you on the schedule a few times, but I can't really keep you for these reasons, right? And then we'll let you go. I have to let you go. And that'll give him time to save up money and get prepared, find another job, do the simple things that I think is more modest of a reason. Yeah, a lot of people are petty these days. But they didn't even give me a 2 week notice. They're just like, hey, we just decided today's your last day. Goodbye, and we're gonna not let you look at any of your documents or anything. I'm like, what? And the funny thing is, he was a more funny thing. Remember, I think I told you guys yesterday and many times before, I used to work for a church here in Los Angeles. I was a visual designer for them, a big church too, and they run kind of more like a business nonprofit. And they terminated me and let me go while I was on my vacation. And they called me in and they sat me down and literally was saying, this is so petty. This is the most petty thing ever. Okay, here we go. You ready for this nonsense? Here we go. The person who terminated me was the person above me, but he was mad at me because he liked a girl at the church that was a friend of mine. But then I tried to set them up on like a data thing, but it didn't work out. So he just got mad at me. So he's like, I want to create a list of lies that got me terminated because he didn't want me to be around. So he can, I don't know. Maybe he was jealous. His name was Josh too. I don't know. Maybe he didn't like my name being Josh. Whatever it is, I don't know. This is the truth. Honest truth, 100% truth. I'm not trying to make up anything or boast at all. He literally made up these things. So I went into the office and they're like, Josh, we think you're not having enough humility. I'm like, for what? What humility do I need? I'm doing my job. And they're like, we want you to take this break. That'd be good for you. So I took my break, right? I take my break for like not even a week. And then they terminated me on the thing. They sent me, come bring me in the middle of the week because I got this document listing a whole bunch of lies about me saying, oh, I created conflict in a Bible study or something like that or whatever and all this stuff. I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, I'm the only person leading Bible study. What do you mean? None of you guys go to this thing, you know? And I was like, what? So I called the Bible study leader and I was like, dude, well, he's the other leader. And I was like, hey, did this happen? Like, what's going on? He goes, I don't know. He was like, they haven't talked to me. I was like, can you just write me like a small little letter to tell them that this isn't what's happening, that there's a misunderstanding? And so he did. And so we sent it in, and the pastor, the worship pastor, he calls me in. He's like, Josh, you need to be held accountable. You don't have enough humility. I'm like, for what? He goes, you contacted the Bible study leader to ask him to, validate truth. I was like, yeah, that's what people do. We defend ourselves with truth, right? And he got offended by that. And I go, okay. So let me get this straight. My boss, this young man who I hope get a job, is writing this bullcrap about me. And the guy above him keeps him accountable. So that my boss keeps me accountable. The guy above him keeps him accountable. And you, worship pastor, keep him accountable. But who keeps you accountable? He goes, Josh, you know who keeps me accountable? Jesus. I was like, what? What? You went straight from me being held accountable by a couple people, and you're being held accountable by Jesus Christ? And so it went all hell from there. That's where it went to crap, because I was like, no freaking way. Which I wish I would have recorded it, which I didn't, because I was just in awe that they called me in randomly for this whole thing anyways. But all that to say is that they terminated me within my own vacation time off of bullcrap things. Yeah, I know. I feel like I'm joshing, but I'm not joshing at all. I'm telling you 100% fact. There was another guy in the room, right, who had to be there because there had to be two witnesses. So I asked the other guys, like, he did say that, right? And he's just like, well, yeah. I was like, dude, that's craziness. So they terminated me at will. And the worst thing of it, one of the things that pissed me off the most, was that the moment he let me go, he didn't even let me say goodbye to the entire crew I've been working with for 2 years. All the members I've worked with, doing their visual design and doing, meeting their families and everything like that. He literally got on Zoom. Literally. Oh, I did. Oh, to the Inquisition. Wish. Oh, if those time periods have existed in this right now. I was going to get on, there was a meeting. He set up a meeting right away with the church members instantly. So they all got on Zoom real quick. And then he just told them, hey, Josh has been let go. He's, we're not working out. We decided this and this and this. He didn't even let me join to say goodbye because he knew I would have got on there and be like, hey guys, this is a bunch of bullcrap. I didn't do anything. He knew he would have looked bad. So he wanted to protect his butt and do that. And I was like, dude, I'm never working for a church again. Like, I thought churches were supposed to be nice people and stuff. So I was so pissed at them. And I've been fighting them ever since because, they have a lot, they lie so much. And I just don't I don't mind if Samsung or Apple, or some kind of organization like that lies and does all these cheating things and tries to take money, and they're benefited by money because they're corporate. They're kind of like in that mentality of like, well, you expect that kind of stuff, right? But when it's like a religious group, it bothers me. It bothers me a lot because they go on the pulpit and they preach all this goodness, and then they go off and do this shady crap, and then you should, man, if I was allowed to tell the story about the pastor who the church that they absorbed, how they treated him, oh man. They did him so wrong. Oh my God. They did him so wrong. They paid him off. How about that? That's how wrong they were. And he was a lawyer, and they even had to pay him off. And they paid him off good. Messed up. But it's LA, I mean, maybe they do that in other states too, but oh man. Being let go like that in LA and California is just sketchy. Never been let go and treated the way I have in any other place on the planet. But LA does it. These people here are just wacky people. Hey, what's up, Megs? Sorry, we're joining on a little anger tangent I'm going on right now about being terminated today by my job because people are petty. So it's all good though. The good thing is that I've got this other job lined up, and I hope that it works out because I think it will work out. But I have hope. I got my last paycheck from them today, anyways, and that's probably why they terminated me. My last paycheck was $100, $109. A whole whopping $100 is not going to take care of all my bills I have. But I've been in worse situations. I think I was talking to people the other day about being homeless for a couple times, and when you've been homeless, it's not so bad to be where you're at now, And so I'm not really worried. I just wish people weren't being so petty. That's all it is. Do I wish they had a flat tire? Sure, of course, obviously. Who wouldn't? Okay. Glad to have you, Megs. I've been watching your live streams. Very fun, interesting stuff. You have some really cool people on your live streams. That's rad. And TF, you two do. You always have fun, people. Inquisitive is hilarious. I really think that you guys have really good community of people. And that's what I hope to have here is a whole bunch of just solid people who just want to enjoy. And you don't have to stay in my live stream. You don't have to be there the whole time. You don't even have to chat. Don't really care. But as long as you're having fun and enjoying somewhat, then that's what it's about. Yeah, draw Dumbo, Megs. Or are you talking to me? I got a name for these knights. Who are they called? The Josh Order. The Order of Josh. How about that? The Order of Joshing. They were like a humorous group of comedic, they're funny, comedians, I mean. But they used to wear knight outfits as kind of their comedy skit. But then they're someone challenged them to actually be real knights. And they're like, no, we're real knights. And they're there's a joke. And then Friday nights. Oh, that's good. The Friday nights. What is that? That football movie, Friday Night Lights. Oh shoot, I can't remember the name. But the Order of Josh, I like that. That's solid. They're like they're defending their comedy stance, but they're all dying because they're not real knights. They just multiply. That'd be funny. They get replaced by 2 more knights. Let me see, how many do I have? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 knights. I have 10 knights and 1 princess. I wanted to put one up on his back or somewhere up here, and like having them stab his back from atop. So I may add one more later. But I think, oh no, I have 11. Sorry, there's a guy down here being crushed. Yeah, is there any more? I have 11 knights. Yeah, that's pretty dope though. I think 11 knights is a pretty good number. Purina. Purina. Oh, I gotta draw this guy's back. It's kind of stressful. Doon doo doon doo doon doon doo doon doon doo doon. Gotta remember where the light's coming from. In this position, the light's coming from up here and it's shooting downward. So I have to like create shadows on this side to stay continuous or continuous. You know what I'm trying to say. Darn my English. Chainmail, baby. Chainmail. Here's the thing. I don't even know if watercolor is going to look good on this paper with all this detail. Could look like trash. Digging this music though. So what were you trying to spell? Because right now I'm thinking dog food. If I lived in the 9th period, back in the early, I don't know what century it was. I guess the first, no, 1100s, 80. I don't know what it is actually. I'd have probably been a jester. Probably would have died too, honestly, tell you the truth. I'd have probably screwed up some kind of joke or skit and then off with his head. And there you go. Dragon food in a can. Yeah, everyone seemed to die by disease, which kind of sucked. I hate these commercials. I don't want to get commercials every half second. Sorry, my phone's about to die anyways. Ooh, nice. Yeah, the plague, man. The plague is serious. Screw freaking COVID, because COVID had nothing compared to the pandemic of old, you know? Those kind of diseases back in the day would just rip through because they didn't have soap. They didn't have any way to battle it. Their immune systems were like, what the heck is this? Smallpox? You know? Game over. There's a game I downloaded that like it's called Plague or something where, you know, you have to survive the plague and your child's dying and stuff, and like I was like, this sounds brutal. I'm like, good grief. What a game. Like I don't know how you can actually survive this either mentally or even in the game. That's crazy. Okay, the princess is drawn for the most part. Who do we got? We got Crush Dude down here. He needs to be drawn. Let me get him on screen, sorry. It's Friday night. I've been drawing that one Thundercats. I've been trying to color it all in. So I've been working on that today actually when I had downtime, and it's been taking me a while because coloring, like I said before, is not my thing, people. But I'll show you in a second of what it kind of looks like, so you can kind of have a feeling of what's going on. But I'm excited for it because I think once it's done, it's going to look great. Friday Night Lights, that's right. Valiant Knights of Josh. Sorry, back son called. You have a back son? Huh? Friday Night Lights, that's great. I love that. That's what it is. The Order of Josh have become the Friday Night Lights. Sorry, that wins because it's just ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. I love it. These guys got screwed over in this football match. You know what I mean? All right, we got one more dude. So right now we have the cannon guy who got crushed, and the guy who's helping him, his friend, his brother maybe. The guy who might slay the dragon with his hopes. This dude here was just one step behind the other dude who got crushed. He's done for. These two they were on the mountain. I mean, this little rock hill thing, and they're like, we're gonna do it. Oh, I get it. Sorry. I'm back. Son called. I get it. See, English, my fifth language. You know what I mean? After Ebonics and Elvish and all the other crap I learned. This guy is going ham because he's like, no, this leg must go. And she's the only one really doing any damage. She took out the freaking head of this guy with the power of a cannon coming through too. So a little bit of distraction. The earth dragon head totally took out two dudes at the same time. Make sure we know that. I don't see how the head is like eating them though. Okay, that's good. And then we have the final two. We have the Rage Against the Machine cover of this guy being lit on fire. Let's draw him out. The thing about fire is that you never want to do too much detail because the detail is based off of shadows, but there's not much shadows when someone's being lit on fire. I'll turn that off. Let's see. Right. No more. Died on dragon's vomit. That's right. See, I had put this like ring of fire coming through here, and he just kind of went through and just burned flame, and that's how he kind of came up to his head. And so I'm trying to let the story evolve in that fashion. Do dragons get heartburn? Oh, you're on it today, TF. You're on it. That's good. That's funny. I don't know, actually. That's a good question, actually. That's an honest question. I would say yes. But I don't know. That's because are their hearts on fire, you know? Like, oh yeah, he's ripping on fire. He's gone. Done for. One last dude to do. Sir Legolas. I like Legolas in like Lord of the Rings, but you know, he just didn't have much to him. I don't know if it was because of the actor or there's a lack of dialogue, but I feel like the dwarf guy had such a better role because he was hilarious. He was more like you wanted him to fight. But Legolas, you kind of knew that he was going to he's going to rip, he's going to destroy. But then I feel like he should have got hurt at least once or twice or something. Like had like life threaten him, but he didn't really have life. He was just like he never got hurt. He never bled or anything. I don't think. Everyone else went through hardships. Not Legolas. Okay, hold on a second. Whew, sweating. Hmm. Yummy, people, yummy. Legless plot armor. It's true. So, who was your favorite character of Lord of the Rings? Frodo, Sam, the wizard. Oh my gosh! How do I, for 200 points? What is the name of the gray wizard who turns white in Lord of the Rings? Sorry, I got the answer. I just remembered it, but I'll let you guys answer. It's not Gandon. It is. Oh, you like the orcs, huh? I feel you there. The orcs were pretty dope. I love orcs. Aragorn. Aragorn was great. I think he's pretty amazing in that film. You never saw the movies. Megs. You've got to enjoy fantasy at its greatest. I dug thee to watch thou films of Lord of the Rings within this weekend. Start with the first one. You will love it. I don't know if you'll love it. I don't know what your style is, honestly, but if you love fantasy at all and you love a good wholesome, family friendly film, never saw the books. Dude, you're on it tonight, TF. Never saw the books. I never actually read the books, but I hear they're good. If I was going to go through the books, I'd probably do the audio books, honestly. I rarely read unless it's like encyclopedias. I love encyclopedias and informational stuff, but when it's like stories, I don't want to read it. I want to visualize it with my eyeballs, you know. My friends are like, "You should read more, Josh." I'm like, "No. That's why God created freaking movies so I don't have to." I mean, I judge my friends on what movies they are. So if you haven't seen certain movies, you're not allowed to be my friend. Like, that's just the rule. And that's why I don't have any friends, because my movie list is pretty big. You guys are my friends, right? Yuko, welcome to the world's greatest artcast podcast live stream there is on the world. We have sadness, fear, anger, joy, humor, all in one live stream. TF is taking care of our humor part. I'm taking care of the depressing things. Frozzy's giving us our imagination, fun stuff. It's great. It's fantastic. Mags is joining in with the mystery and, outlook of the future. We're doing all the characters, all the small guys first. To kind of put them in there so that way we kind of know what's going on. You got to build a story, you know what I mean? He just shot some arrows. We be your friends. Thank you. Yes, you guys are. Whether you like it or not, you don't have a choice. You subscribed and you're screwed from there on out. You are now officially my friends. What if I actually held y'all to that? That'd be crazy. But YouTube offers that opportunity. If you give back, it gives back too. Unlike Instagram and all these other really sketchy social media platforms where you give in, and it doesn't matter how much you give, you can be burnt. YouTube, yeah, you can be burnt by people commenting terrible things, but you get to defend yourself. So it's fun. Into the live, that's right. Until this thing, the live stream ends. And you return to your lives. Okay, let's look at it. Let's take a deep breath and look at the drawing. Come on, paper, move. Okay, so we have here the Friday Night Lights, or the Order of Josh, given by our one and onlys, TFs and Frozzy. Now they all need names. There are 11 of them. Now we have action in this watercolor. I mean, it's not a watercolor yet. Right now it's inking, but they're doing their best to take this dude down, and it's really fun because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 are dead out of the 11. So that means 5 of these cats are still alive, and they're really. I mean, this dude is pretty safe, I think, until this tail whips through. This guy, I mean, he's being looked at by the dragon here. He's about to get eaten, so he's pretty done for. But he has hope because he's looking at these two. The princess is doing the best because she just blew off the head. I mean, pushed the fire of this dragon into the head and ripped it off. And the archer's doing great, right? He's shooting. He's got some stuff over here in the arm. But this guy's going to probably take him out. But she can, if he slaps her on the leg and it hits him on the leg, she can take a run for it and survive. And everyone will be dead. All these comedic knights. The 11 sevens. Ooh, that sounds cool. That could be a comic book, you know? Like how these guys came together. It would be kind of a fun comic book. It'd be hilarious, I think. It'd be hilarious. Yeah. Like a comedy about knights, and then them wanting to get with this princess, but the princess gets captured by the 3-headed Zmei dragon, and they all fight to like get her love, but they end up dying in the process, and then she never knows that any of them actually liked her. That'd be a great comic. Very cool. Anyways, so now that I did this fine detailing of these little guys, I'm moving over to the Copic pen, the Micron pen 01 to give some thickness. And we're going to continue with, I think we're going to move head down from the dragon's head downwards. When we get to this area, we'll start doing all those fun details. I think off camera, I will likely do all the scales because like that's so tedious and no one wants to just meet, the Knights of Simps. They're just like chilling. Simpletons. Yeah. So let's get into the fun stuff, I think. The dragon creation. Because he's looking pretty sickly dope. Just wish my camera wasn't bouncy so much. Because it's like, It's on the edge of this pole. All right. I'm going to face him downwards. And then we're going to start creating the shadows. Can dragons get COVID? I'm sure of it. I'm sure they can get COVID. Well, maybe not. Maybe their heat actually kills off the infection. But like a dragon sneeze would be pretty vicious, you know what I mean? You wouldn't want to be around a dragon when it sneezes. You don't even know what's coming up. Mucus, fire, acids, all kinds of craziness, I'm sure of it. What a weird thing. You ever think about that? Like 6 years ago, we were all chilling, just doing our thing. And then all of a sudden, this random thing called COVID comes into our lives and just screws up the entire world. It's crazy. It's almost as if it was planned. I'm a sucker for conspiracy theories. Too many James Bond films, that's what it is. Dragon poop would probably catch you on fire being near it. It'd probably come out so hot. You know what I mean? Like, it'd probably melt your skin. Because that's steam, like hot steam. It'd probably just be like, just smash onto the ground and splatter like mud. And then if it got on you, it'd probably be like, oh man, who knows what your skin would do to that. Love how there's a commercial every half second. Looking good. We're looking good, yo. Come on, Josh. What are you doing? Sad that I know the tune of it already. So what are y'all gonna do tonight after y'all are done? Or is this just it? You gonna watch live stream and go to bed, or are y'all gonna go do something? How about for tomorrow night? Tomorrow's Saturday night. Saturday. Do you guys do stuff for Saturdays? Like meet friends, go out to the beach, or go watch a movie. You know, King Kong Godzilla's out. Ghostbusters is out. Go to like a tournament. I wish there was like a comic book convention going on this weekend. That'd be great. I want to do that. Actually, I haven't even checked. There might even be one. No, you're all good, Yuko. You do you. You do you. I'm not worried. I'm happy that if you guys are here, you're here. If you're not, you're not. I'm happy that you guys even watch what y'all do. Yeah, tomorrow. Tomorrow's Saturday. It's the only Saturday we'll ever have of April the, was it 6th of 2024 you'll ever get. So you got to make use of it. You know what I mean? There's no 2024 April 6th there is ever again. I know there's an eclipse coming. I heard it's on the 8th or something. But I don't think LA is going to be able to see the eclipse. I haven't seen an eclipse in so long. This music makes me want to go buy potions and like pelts and stuff. It's really weird. Very fantasy-like. Hey, Frozzy, good to have you. Go have a great night. Enjoy the Friday night lights. The Friday night's lights. Thank you for joining. I'm going to be done here in a second anyway, so don't worry. And Yuko, well, I'm sure you can find some kind of shade of some sort. You got like a welding helmet nearby. Might work. Or maybe just sunglasses might work. I don't know. I remember seeing probably babysit on Monday. Is it on Monday? Oh, okay, yeah. Well, don't let the baby look at the freaking eclipse. I remember seeing this, what is it called? TikTok video of a kid and their parents looking at the kid was like going to be real cool and smart. So he took off his glasses and looked straight at the eclipse. And then afterwards he was blind. And the father was like, "You're just messing." He's like, "No, Dad." And he's like crying because he's like, I am blind. It actually did do what it said it was going to do. And he's like, "What?" And the dad was like freaking out. He's like, "What?" Like, how ridiculous you have to be to actually want to test that theory out. But the kid got his sight back after like 30, 40 minutes or something, I heard. So thank goodness. But you really got to take it serious, you know what I mean? Like, I think if my kid did that, I just flick him on his head, be like, "What are you smoking?" They said, "Wear these glasses. They're not a joke." You'll stay inside. Yeah, it could be the end of the world. I know there was a crazy meteor shower a couple nights ago in LA, and people don't know what it was. It was like this fiery ball in their sky. It looked like a space shuttle had broken up in the sky and was coming in the atmosphere. Real sick and dope. What is happening with these commercials? You can't be on every little song. That's crazy. Yeah, the kid was lucky. All right. So we got the dragon head going, which is really fun because Zmei dragon is really cool. The mythology on it is really neat. I've been learning more and more, and I might do another guy from the Mad Arab from Lovecraft. That's what it's called. Someone had recommended it, but I also want to try the Arab kind of turban look and stuff. So it's going to work out quite great. But I'm going to finish up this first. The watercolor, I worry deeply about the watercolor situation here because with my ink, I've never done it on top of ink. And I don't know if the ink is going to bleed, which I don't think it will. Because usually you do watercolor and then you ink over it kind of thing. That's what I do. But we'll see, because with this amount of detail, will it like affect it? Will it look good? You know, like, what am I to expect? I don't know. This is all an experiment. It could go to crap. But just to protect myself, I'm going to take a scan of this ink drawing to keep it for archive purposes. So if it does get ruined, I could just, you know, print out another one. I guess it won't be the original. The original will be gone, but you know, you have to learn. You have to take these huge chances when you make art. And that's kind of what art's all about, is like experimenting and learning and stuff like that. I'll never make the mistake again, for sure. Well, let's hope so. Let's hope so. Let's hope the micron pens don't bleed enough when the watercolor hits it, because that would suck. I definitely trust my microns, so. Yeah, I'm going to try to scan it. I'm not going to be able to scan it because I tried my scanner today and it just said no. It's like, no, I don't want to work for you. So I was like, okay, my scanner doesn't work, because I wanted to scan the pencil version of this. So I just took a photo of it with high definition photo camera. And that will do just fine, honestly. And then I can always edit it, the photo, in Illustrator or Photoshop to clean it up and stuff. And I'll do the same thing for this inking. Once it's done, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. I prefer photos anyways more than the scan, because the scan sometimes the light from the scanner like super imposes like a blank color. I mean, it destroys some of my lineage. So yeah, okay. If you say it's gonna work, I'll trust you. I will trust you. If it doesn't work, then we have issues. You go. You go. You goody. Yeah, you're right. It's probably right. These microns will work just fine. Have faith in the micron. You know, they did a Cats movie or a play, musical. They should be able to do a Thundercats movie, like a really live action dope one. That's what they should do. That drawing of the Thundercats I've been working on has been fun, so. Ow, mosquito got me in the ear balls. Okay. He's looking dope. He's looking good. The fire dragon here just throwing down some heat. He's got his cool horns, just throwing it. Yeah, I definitely don't trust any remakes. They ruin every remake there is. There's not a good remake that was like solid. I agree with you. I'm just saying, they need more material. You know, you can always recreate Voltron. I think Voltron might work because it's more like along the line of Pacific Rim meets Transformers, so they might be able to pull it off. But then again, the writers these days are really bad. Like, just get Christopher Nolan to direct a Thundercats film or a Transformers movie. I'm sure it'll be way better. Okay, my phone just died. There we go. Okay, so no more music, guys. Sorry, I was getting tired of that music anyways. Okay, so the face is looking dope. It's looking really detailed. I'm really liking it. Um, yeah. So this is gonna be it. I'm just gonna end here because it's Friday night. You guys need to go have fun. You don't need to be watching me. I'm not special or anything. So I appreciate y'all being here. Let me zoom out. I mean, let me look at this guy real quick because he's looking good. He's looking hot. He's looking fiery. Oh, look at those horns. Got some detailed in the horns, some cracks. We have some simple shading here for when I paint. We have the scales to give that darkness to it. We leave some light in the front because there's some smoke and fire coming from the front, right? And that shows depth for his eyes. And then back here, we'll probably show some light, but the rest of it will be detailed underneath. We have to take into account the fire that's coming from this direction. And the rest here will be detail. I'm going to detail all these scales off camera because no one wants to watch me do that. And then not tomorrow. Tomorrow's Saturday, so it's my day off. So Monday we'll come back on. Wait. Yeah, we do only hire bad ones. And then when we return on Monday, hopefully I'll have this thing inked out a little bit more and we can finish inking it, giving some details so you guys can kind of see the full process. And then probably Tuesday, we will start the watercolors of this, which I will probably only do one watercolor session. I don't know, actually. I don't have any idea what it means to watercolor because I know you lay down your lights and then you go darker and darker and darker, but then you also have to let it dry. So I don't know. We'll figure that out when we get to that road. And then somewhere mid next week, I'll probably start on some other drawings and stuff like that. So this is a fun one. I've never done dragons. Oh, darn me. I totally forgot. I was supposed to put tape on this. Oh, man. Okay, one of the things I wanted to do, let me zoom out, was because I'm watercoloring it and I wanted to color it, I would put tape on the edges here. So that way there'd be no color. So I'm going to do that, but I didn't want the ink to show up either. The pencil was fine, but the ink, I didn't want it to be there. So there's going to be 1/4 of an inch everywhere on the edges. So when I paint, I can pull that tape off and it will reveal more of a structured thing going on. Well, that's gross. TF. Well, hope you don't crap your pants until then, do you get new underwear? I feel you there. But that's pretty much it. I think that's the plan. We're going to next I guess I'm going to detail it with ink and just screw it. But once I start watercoloring, I'm going to put tape on the edges that way. So when I paint, it won't stick, and then I will take it off, and it'll have this border to it somewhat. It might look cool, it might look trashy. I don't know. Anywho, it's looking good. I think with my detail work, you're going to see. You can already imagine what the rest of this kind of is going to look like. It's going to be hyper detailed. Some of these areas will be fully black. Should they be fully black, or should I do them in watercolor, a dark watercolor? You know what? Maybe I will do them in watercolor. I won't do them fully black. I don't know. I got to think about that. Okay. Something to think about. Yeah, it will be fun to see the end process. So thank you, Yuko, for the Zmei dragon reference. This is cool. This is fun. Never done it before, so it's a win-win situation, I hope. I've got the forest back here. You can see some trees being knocked down here and stuff like that. kind of erase them too much, but there's a forest actually in the background. And then you got some fire and smoke. This is the drawing, guys. I thank you for watching. Happy Friday night. It's it's a good day, fantastic day. My day's been good, to what it could be, and yeah, I'll see you guys Monday. If you have, I'm gonna put the link on my for the Discord on this chat. So if you haven't, joined in for the Discord, join my Discord. You can put up your art on the general chat. We could talk about it and all kinds of stuff. And yeah, for right now, it's just freebie critiquing until I can get my Patreon fully up, and then stuff like that will happen. But yeah, I hope to make a community or have a community that we can just share our art and have fun and talk about techniques and things that we know and we learn. So that's going to be cool. So join the Discord. And also, if you haven't already, please like and subscribe to the channel. That's help out your brother here who loves doing art with y'all, because you guys all rock. That's for sure. And like I said, happy Friday night. Have fun, be safe, and if you're creative, go out there and create. And I will see you guys Monday. It's kind of like a weird gang symbol or something like that. Monday. I'm trying to spell Monday. Yeah. Peace and pig grease. Adios. I don't know how to mess up saying that one. All right, guys. Hasta luego. Have a good one.